Well, I think in addition to what we have done affects both men, women, and children. But specifically, we look forward to healthcare. As we proceed from here, we are going to one ongoing project. It's not for commissioning. I just want to inspect it, which is a health center in Ogidi Ward in Ilorin West. The health center had been there before. I visited the place some few months ago, and I saw how dilapidated it was. I went into the labor ward and I saw there was no even simple equipment to take delivery. So within a few weeks after, I've been able to facilitate for the hospital, for the place to be supplied with complete set of equipment. Now that particular center now can take delivery comfortably. But in addition to that, to ensure that it's 24-hour service, the one I want to look at is that there's an ongoing construction of staff accommodation and borehole in the particular. We are going there now. That's the last place. They have not finished. And then I was able to speak with the governor of the state, who has now awarded the renovation of the hospital. So what I did was to provide equipment, provide hospital accommodation for staff and borehole. The state is now renovating. That's an evidence of collaboration. We are doing that a lot across. When you talk about women and children, being the chairman of the health committee and working with the state health primary health agency and the governor, we have been able to, before we came on board, Kwara State was not a beneficiary of the basic healthcare provision fund because the counterpart fund was not paid. The necessary reforms that was required in that sector was not implemented. But now, in collaboration with the governor and the governor's good work, the counterpart fund has been paid. Kwara has already done all that needed to be done, and Kwara is now benefiting from that basic healthcare provision fund. A huge amount of money has been allocated to the state. This will make many of the primary healthcare centers. That is why when I was speaking with the chairman of Elibwe Agbonafata, I told me some of a dispensary in Elibwe that even somebody delivered there outside the state, and I said, oh, that's a good information. I will liaise with primary health agency because there's resources to be able to do that across the state. So, but from the federal specifically, I'm facilitating more within this year's budget through MPCDA, supply of equipment, and specifically, I have mobile health clinic because, like you know, we have, as you saw since yesterday, we have a lot of rural areas. So, most of those rural areas, you cannot talk about fixed posts. So, there's the resources I'll be able to allocate, which will create mobile health facilities that will be located in each of the local government. In the 4 local government, we have mobile that will move about, like marketplaces like this. On market days, they will go there to take care of health needs of women, children, and men. So these are some of the things. Of course, as you talk about children also, we have things that we have in education. We're going to have supply of education material. And what we don't have this year is about agriculture. As I said in my radio price today, this year in the budget, I have agricultural support to our farmers across the constituency. I mean, as you heard, where's our elder Alaji Akande? He's here. You heard what he said. You said domination. It dominated because there's a need. The need is there. The past government have not been able to address this. So as such, the first thing you should know about water. Water has multiple effects. That's why I said it yesterday. One, you cannot survive as a human being. Outside air you breathe, you must have water. Because majority of the blood or the human content as you stand now, about 70% of your body is water. So water is necessary for you to survive. Now, we've all been out since yesterday. Our clothes will be dirty. What do you need to clean it? Water. And you see the sovereigns. Since I started contest 2011, I recall in the answer here, there was one day I was woke up. They told me of a community where women had to leave home by 6 a.m. just to go and fetch water. They will not return till 12 noon for them to be able to prepare breakfast. When would they eat? So that's one of the reasons. And despite what you said we have done, as many, our elder here, Alaji Akande, what did he tell me? One woman you had that to say, oh, we are in ESA, I don't have water, can you help me, Senator? So it means as I did this year, I have to do more water because people are every community, as we have been going about, you saw the communities, everybody live in their villages. We cannot provide pipe-borne water. We can only provide pipe-borne water in big cities. So for those villages and communities, and that's where majority of the people live, we have to provide each community with water so that they don't have to go far for them to be able to get water for their survival. Now, health also relates to water. A lot of waterborne diseases We are talking of COVID now. What is the preventive thing? You saw that as I got there, they said wash your hand. What do you use to wash your hand? So if we have to stop the COVID pandemic, we must provide water to everybody. That's the reason.